that maybe if it is only one CRT, I will observe. If I can just only observe one and pick that one, how will I look and search and get the perfect one? So that's what I will first of all ask, since
All right.
it is me and boss and all bosses are available here together.
Yeah. So, when it comes to to the CRT, right? Like you said, this one right here, it's one of them that you are seeing, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
I will tell you that yes, this is CRT, but I will not trade it myself
Okay.
for this only reason. All right, you get this, it is CRT, but I'll not trade it for the only reason that this candle closed there and that one did not start there. Do you see that?
Okay. Okay. It did not start at the wick or at the body of the previous
No,
candle.
yeah, it did not. It actually started right here. So because
Okay.
of market gap, and for that reason, it makes it hard because that movement, if we were to go to maybe H1, you would find it is this entire movement right here. All right. So
Okay.
price, this is where the weekly ended, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
And
it.
then another one started and started creating a W, which is you could have traded it from the lower time frames. It makes sense, right? But from the higher time frames, it's not cleaner. And I'm not saying don't take it completely. I said if you're looking for clean ones, maybe this one might not be the one that you want to trade, especially that you want to master CRT. So you want to look for something that you know is very clear, right? So
Okay.
what I would say is if it was me, all right, the ones that I
Okay.
would trade is number one, this one, all right, number
Okay.
two,
Okay.
that one, and I'll explain to you why.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Okay.
so I said I might, right? I might trade it, I might not trade this one,
Okay.
I might
What of
not
the
trade
what
this
of this
one,
one, sir?
I might
What of
not,
this one?
which one? So this one now, it's a little bit tricky in the sense that it is only two candles. So you can find it on the smaller time frame. But for you to know that this actual candle will form CRT and also do the move, it's a little bit
Sorry,
difficult to
coach, if I
spot.
may ask, it is only two candle. What do you mean by that
All
statement,
right.
sir? With all due
So
respect.
so when I say the ones that I will trade, so number one, you have the candle that forms the range. Number
Okay.
two, you have the candle that takes out the high of the range. And then number three, you have the candle that then does the move
Okay.
until, in fact, you don't have one, you have two. Even this one as well finishes the move. All right.
Okay.
And same applies this side. You have the candle that forms the range. You have the candle that takes out the high. And then you
Okay.
have the candle that forms the move. And it's not
Okay.
the
Is
only
at the
one.
third candle that we will take our action.
Exactly. It's a third candle. So this one can also be used in the same, but this one ends up being a railroad track. Like I said, it's very hard to catch,
Mm,
especially if you are in smaller time frames and you don't know what you're looking for. It's a bit hard to catch. But you look
mm.
at this one, range, um, takes out the high of the range, and then we enter right there. You get it? And it's not the only candle that moves there. You've got the following week again. So that means if you're holding until you've closed the range. Imagine if you're holding with this candle, it was gonna massively flow down because they are simply trying to take out the low of that candle right there.
Okay, okay. So, Coach, if I may reframe what you are trying to say, like from here now, the market has been moving. Sorry, please let me
Oh,
just
so.
mark on it. The market has been moving. It move. Then here it range until it now gave us a candle that closed beside this low, or that started beside that place. So because it started beside where it closes, that make it to be a very nice CRT. Then if this one finish, the moment this candle finish burning, then we will start our sell with this one, abi?
Yes. So, or if you want cleaner setups, always wait for the third candle. So if the
Okay,
first
to burn,
candle, if the first candle
for this
moves,
third candle to burn now.
yes. If you
Okay,
look here, you'll find it right there.
okay.
Yeah. See? Range takes out the low and then that moves up. Same applies next door here. Same thing happened. Next door here. All right. Same thing happened. Yeah. So candle forms the range, takes out the high, and then pushes all the way up. So that is what you are looking for. Now, all right, let's do it this way. I'll show you where you can then say, how do I know this is gonna work or this is not going to work, right?
Okay.
So this is how the market is like, right?
Yes, sir.
And all you can see right now is the market was or is on a downtrend, right? Downtrend until we get to this point where we kind of respected the law. We respected the law, right? And then we started pushing back inside. Okay, so we can clearly see and we can also clearly confirm that this is a downtrend. All right, now
Yes, sir.
agreeing that this is a downtrend, we are now looking at this range because we know that the market has been breaking lows as it goes down. So we want to see whether the market here will continue going down. The last time a low was broken was somewhere here and the market went up, went down, but this is a higher time frame, which is the weekly, right? So we want to
Yes, sir.
see what's going to happen. Now, this market has pushed up and it has come to where we can roughly say this is more like
Hi.
a previous high. So we would expect the market to not only just reverse, but to react in this area. So it's a key level because the market has done it before in that same area, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So in that
Okay.
area is between 90,000 and 90,500. So we expect the market to react in this area because it has done it before. How long it's going to react, that's a different case. So what happens is then the market throws in a CRT like that. Now, what I am looking for, because I know this is a sell because of the market structure, what I have seen, right? And then they decide to throw a CRT, that makes it even better for me. But if they had, if the market was a buy and then they decide to throw a CRT and I can clearly see that the market is buying, then I will maybe refrain from taking that CRT because it's not in the direction of where I'm going. Does it make sense?
Okay.
Here,
Okay.
because I'm expecting a sell, so this generally comes in line with what I'm expecting. But if it was a buy and then I see this, I would not take it. But if it was on the opposite side, maybe somewhere like this here, being a buy setup, I was going to take it because it's in line with the direction. So in this case right here, I know the market has to react. And I've seen the CRT, and bear with me, I don't know why the flu loves playing
Uh,
around me these days.
yes, this is a time that the weather's changed. So,
Yeah,
do you have garlic in that area?
I do, and ginger as well. So yeah.
Yes, why don't you put that garlic in under your pillow, then also under
Oh,
your socks?
okay. I think I'll do
You
that
put it on
tonight.
under your feet. You wear socks with it.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that
Then you
tonight.
can always take one pieces of garlic one
Mm-hmm.
morning, one night. But if you go out, it will be smelling on your body. Oh. So yeah,
I'll stay at
but
home.
it work faster, sha.
All right.
That's what I'm
Um,
using for my children presently, and it's working faster in their body.
that's good. That's good. Okay. So, now that I've seen the CRT, then I need to get closer and see what is happening. Now, the CRTs that I favor, right? Like I said, number one, I need a candle that will form the range, right? So this is the high of the candle. Let me delete this line here. And then this is the low of the candle. All right.
Now, mentor, how do you know that it form a range? How do you know that it form a range?
Every candle is a range.
Okay,
Okay. Every candle is a range. The high and the low of that candle is always a range. So
okay, they must have week. They must work week.
yes, like basic anatomy of a candle, right? Number one,
Okay,
we have the low, we have the high, we have the open
yes,
price, right?
yes, and the close
So,
price, yeah.
so because this is a candle like this, we can confirm that this candle, if we were to go to the smaller time frame, it probably started with open price.
Okay,
Hold on. All right, open price went down and created a low and then went up and then closed here, right?
okay,
we
okay,
can we
okay,
can confirm that that is exactly um what this candle did. Okay, so it
okay,
formed
okay.
open, low, high, and then close, something like that. All right.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank you for that.
so that is why we are saying it's a range, right?
Yes, sir.
um Sorry, let me wrap this. All right. That is why we're saying it's a range. Now, because we are saying it's a range, then if it happens that, okay, under normal circumstances, we expect that if a candle forms a range like this, the next candle should come bullish and keep going up, going up. So you can tell here in this price action, right there, this candle formed a range. This one went up, took out the high of the previous candle, but failed to close above. So that means sellers were putting pressure on the market, and then it fell and closed below. And then what happens next? You have, boom, a sell candle all the way down to the low there. So that's a CRT as well. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, that being the case, I want to also open your eyes to this. You have candle number one, this one, right?
Yes, sir.
You have candle number two, this one. You have
Okay.
candle number three, that one. Now,
Mm,
this candle failed to take the high of that candle and just basically closed within this candle. That
okay.
candle took out the high of both candles. Can you see
Okay.
that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that also means not only is this the CRT we're going to focus on, that also is a what? A CRT.
CRT.
Yeah, because it
Okay.
took out both candles. Now we
Both
know that,
candles.
yeah, now we know not only are we targeting that here, but we are also targeting this as well. That is where our TP will be. Maybe if we want to trade 50%, our TP1 will be here, TP2, and TP3.
Okay.
Yeah, that is how we are going to trade. That's our trading plan, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
this is all we can see. So it's up to you now whether you're saying, okay, I want to deal with this one or I want to deal with that one. Now, because I know and I've seen the CRT, now my next question is, what exactly should distinguish the one that I want to trade from the one that I do not want to trade? Now, I've showed you this one earlier on, the one next to it, where
Yes, I
you
want
have
to ask that. Why
yeah,
don't you pick that one?
right. Reason why I'm not picking this one, it's because, yes, this candle took out the high of the previous candle. But if you look at the wick of this candle, it moved the one that took out the high, it moved all the way almost close to the low right there. I do not like that one because my first question when I want to take it is, what makes me think that the dealer might be interested to push all the way up down there when he's already done it? Does it make sense?
Yes, very,
All
very,
right.
very,
Hold on.
very, very,
Hold
very,
on.
very, very.
Let me
It really
rephrase
makes sense
it.
now.
Basic trading, demand and supply, right? We say
Yes, sir.
if price comes to a demand like this and then pushes up, right? Price came to a demand, price then started buying, right? That's a good setup, right? If
Yes,
price
sir.
comes for the second time, okay, it becomes the chances of it buying, they reduce. Why? Because price has been there before. So what guarantees us that price is still gonna react in that area? Does it make sense? And go up.
Yes, sir.
Because price has been there before initially on the first attempt, there is no
Mm.
guarantee that price would bounce there. Yes, it might, but the chances are now lower because we've
Yeah, it's
reacted.
just like we want to break a place. They
Yeah,
come there, you come in there, it will be getting weaker.
yeah. Imagine they come for the third time. What guarantee do
Mm.
you have? So your chances become even more and more weaker because they
Yeah.
might do that, and then what?
Drop.
And drop. Yeah. So that is what I mean by, if I have a candle like this one and then a candle like that one. Let me move it side. And then I have a candle. Let's just say this is the new candle. And then you have man, it's only that I'm on the weekly time frame. It's gonna take time. All right. I hope you're gonna understand what I mean. So this candle
Definitely.
has been
Definitely.
there before, right? Has been there
Yes.
before. So what
It
guarantee
has
do
even
we
moved more than the 50% that we should have even looked for.
exactly? So what guarantee do we have that this one will come down? What if it goes up instead? You get the point. But
Yeah.
if it's just only a piece like this,
Mm.
and maybe oh man, sorry, it's because I'm in the weekly time frame, that's why. And then the week is somewhere, maybe let's say the week is somewhere here. All right. Yeah.
Yes.
The week, the low week for that one is somewhere there. Now, I know and I'm guaranteed that this one has a reason to push lower. Okay.
Lower.
Yeah, to push lower because we haven't tested these prices. We haven't retested these prices. Does it make
Okay,
sense?
okay. Yes, yes,
So
yes. Very,
now
very.
if we come back to our CRT and we look at this one, we look at this one, and the candle, you can already see that whatever you're seeing here is exactly similar with what you are seeing on the other side. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've already been there 50% of the candle. So I've got no guarantee that we will go
So,
even lower. However, it becomes valid because remember, not only did it take the high of this one, it took the high of that one. So, and we haven't even traded half of that. Like it's just a doji compared to that candle. All right, that candle high and low. So that then gives me the proof,
confidence.
yeah, and the confidence that yes, we definitely are going to trade lower. So now this is the case. This is the weekly time frame. That's all you can see for now. So we drop down to the D1 and look at what I see from the D1. So I was on the weekly time frame and this is all I can see. I'm on the D1. And what excites me about the D1 after looking at it, already I can see there's a CRT there. All right. I've always said this to the guys that if you can't see any CRT on the weekly time frame while it's analyzing on a weekend, don't worry. They will turn up during the week. They will always form during the week on the daily time frame. As you watch your daily time frame, you will see plenty of CRTs coming in and going every week. They are always there on any candles. You can see this one has already been there, tested that low of the candle, took it out, the high as well. Like it has already dealt with that. This, which is what we were seeing on the weekly time frame. But we are not going to stop trading this because the weekly time frame hasn't even begun, even if the daily time frame has had a CRT, right?
Yes, sir.
But at least we have confirmation that yes, this is a very good trade for the week, right? We go down to
Yes,
the
sir.
4 hour, and this is what the 4 hour has. So we know this is for the other candle and this is for the other candle, right? So we come to the
Yes, sir.
4 hour. What is the 4 hour doing? You can tell the 4 hour, if we go to the 1 hour, we can tell that we've had a break of structure there, confirming
Okay.
that the market has shifted direction and the market is coming back into the range. So where would we look for a sell, right? The market reacted in that area. So we'll look for a sell anyway, somewhere there. That's why we'll look for a sell. But in this case here, we've got no much information to show us where exactly the market might be willing to go to. So we drop down to H1, right? We get to
Yes, sir.
H1. Here is how H1 looks like. Now, you can already see how this pair has been buying. If you want to count your levels, I'm pretty sure this will be 3 levels all the way up to there. This being a reset, right there, you can tell level 1, level 2, and then up to the peak formation. So you can tell that we are at a peak formation, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, we zoom in closer to the price because we definitely need to count the levels. Now we zoom in closer to the price. This is me trying to find out where exactly will we react. Right. So this is my my M formation right there, and I'm looking for a sell, and I can see the breaking structure to confirm that we are a sell. So looking at this price on the second leg, they reacted right here. Can you
Coach,
see?
sorry, right there before you continue,
Mm-hmm.
can you just please permit me? Let me control the screen,
Mm-hmm.
request to control. I want to say something there. And okay, thank you so much. So now I want to do this thing. Now look at this place. This
Mm-hmm.
is where I always call my break of social, sir. That this is the man that moved the market upward. That until they break here, that is the one that started this movement to get to that top.
I like your question. Yes.
Until they break that place before I will call it break of structure. Not this one, because this one,
Mm-hmm.
it never
Mm-hmm.
created a new high.
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
this one never created a new high.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it only come here, then it dropped. So this is just a like head of a M pattern that it dropped. But the main structure to me is right
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm.
That the man that started the movement, the rally up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that is so. Why would you not choose that break of structure? So I want you to school me on that.
Right. You are 100% correct, right? You are
Yes, sir.
100% correct. The move from here is what took out the previous high. And therefore, if we want to say that the market has changed direction, this is our low, right? Where they
Yes.
actually turned around from.
Hey,
You are
sorry, sir.
100%.
Before you even continue, I think this is it. This is it. When you squeeze it, I just even saw it perfectly.
Yeah.
Uh, so this is from this low here.
Yes.
This is it. Is the
Yeah,
one
that's
that
the low.
created. So that is. So I want to. I'm with you, sir. I think
Now,
I'm enjoying myself.
remember what I said. We have
Yes.
several ways of entering the market. Number one, the market does this and then does
Yes.
that, right? And maybe does this and does that, right? So
Yes.
this is your law, confirmed law. None of
Yes.
whatever is happening up there is a confirmed law, right? And if you look at our, I think it's a second from last previous lessons that we had, I said our entries with this one where we need the market to break the law, the previous law, and then
Yes.
it confirms, then we can sell, right?
Okay.
And then we said we also have another one where all we need is the market to form an M, and then we can attempt to sell, hoping
So
they will take the low, right?
okay.
And then I said the other one is the market is doing that and it goes down, comes back up, you sell from there and go back down. And I said, if you look at these setups, you'll find this one will give you
Lower
more.
losses.
Yeah,
Stop loss.
it will give you a cleaner stop loss and a bigger range. This one will pull your stop loss inward a little bit, but it will slightly bigger stop loss, but then a better range as well. If you wait for a clear confirmation, that one will give you a far stop loss, and then lastly, it will give you a shorter target. All right.
Target.
Yeah, a shorter target. So that is what I said. You have a decision to make that if I see, if I see a double top, can I then attempt? Now, the reason why I'm attempting this one is only because after counting my levels, I can clearly confirm that we are in level 3, right? So for
Okay.
that same reason that we are in level 3, I am willing to take
So
the
risk.
sell and hope that we do break that low. Does it make
Okay.
sense?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I'm willing to take the sell and hoping that we do break the low. So that's the model that I'm using here. I'm willing to take the sell, which is why I said, yep, I can tell we were moving up and then we did break the structure. Everywhere where we were moving here, I can see we never took out the low. We respected every single low up until we got to the stage where we took
Out the
the
low.
low down. Yes. So the only I know that the confirmed low is where the market turned around here. So I'm hoping the market takes out that area. But at the moment, I will not sit down. I will look for setups and hoping that we trade all the way down there. That's the only reason. And because levels have confirmed that I'm in level 3, it makes it even sweeter. But if levels had not confirmed that we're in level 3, then I'm in big trouble. Does it make sense?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
And on the higher time frame, I know we're on a sell. I know we saw CRT both on D1 and W1, so it makes life even easier for me. So now, where do I think price might turn around? I can see the IT50 and I know how tempting this is, right? I know
Yes.
it's tempting. I might want to sell from there and go all the way down. But guess what? Remember what I said. Yes, you might want to trade from here, but
But
if it
stop loss will
was
be far.
stop loss will be far. So if it was me or me being me, I would look to trade closer to if there was any bullish candle among these bearish candles, then definitely yes, I was gonna trade from here. But you can see how clean this move was. Only bearish candles going down, giving
They
no
drop.
chance to bullish candles. So price never reacted anyway. So that on its own tells me that if I wanna trade this, I need to look for areas up there. All right. Either my trade will be on this second leg, or I can still have my first leg as a reference, something like that. So meaning, I can still maybe put my sell here and my stop loss up there and hope for a drop whether up to the low or anyway lower than that, whichever the case may be, right? Or alternatively, I wanna focus on where the market reacted there and put it there, put my stop loss above. You can see these entries are not so different. They are in a similar
Almost the same
position.
area.
Yeah, almost the same area. So it means I'm expecting market to play around in that area there. So already that shows me this one is almost 1:4. This one is 1:3. All right.
Yes,
So the market moves, opens, and I know the feeling of this. I think it has left
Fear
me.
of missing
Right?
out.
Yeah, fear of missing out. I think it has left me. Okay. Which is why sometimes I always say if you want to trade with buy limits and sell limits, they're actually good. You might want to focus on that. Put your buy limit or sell limit and just leave it and see what the market does. All right. Now look at that. Now, I know if we go to the 15 minutes, you can clearly see what the market is doing. So start of a new week, you
Level
can see,
one,
yeah.
level two.
So the market is already preparing itself to go up, and that has been triggered in with a small CRT on the 15 minutes.
Yes.
Let's see what's going on H1. So you can see on H1, you more like have a third leg, but that's where we are generally expecting to see a sell. And look at what's happening. All right. Let's go back to 15 minutes. Something might be interesting there. Now, according to what you were expecting on the H1, do you see the confirmation entry? Your entry could have been there.
Yes.
Yeah, your entry could have been there where you wait
No,
for the M to
they have not break this structure here.
yeah, they
This
haven't.
is
Yes.
they just break it.
They just
Now,
break it now. So if
yes,
you were
yes.
following the M formation, your
Yes, the
entry,
one that you yes, the one you
yeah,
just explained to me that
yeah,
okay, I should reduce my stop loss. That should
yeah,
be my entry
yeah, your entry could
because
have been there.
there is a buy and massive sell there, which is
All right.
like a market maker footprint.
Yeah. If we want the confirmed entry now,
Mm.
hopefully it does come because sometimes it might
They will
not.
not come.
Yeah.
Uh, this is where I now get bought. I'll just let me enter.
So let's see what happens.
They are just going.
I don't think you'll get it. So you never got
Then
it.
that
So
no,
you
I
only
didn't
had
get it.
two
It
entries.
just gone. It
Yeah.
just it's gone. It's gone.
Yes.
It's gone.
Entry number one, the aggressive one. Entry number
Yes.
two, the confirmed M, which is this one.
This
Oh,
yes,
sorry,
yes.
aggressive.
The
Yeah, where is
third
it?
one
Yeah, aggressive is this
is
one.
yes.
Confirmed M is this one. And then
Mm-hmm.
confirmed break of structure is that one,
Mm, is
which
this
didn't
one?
come. Yeah, which
Yes, you
didn't
didn't
come.
bring it.
But this is where we are now. So, and the 4 hour has already broken that structure. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's wait for the 1 hour to break it so that I explain what I want to explain. Right. So there we go. We've broken structure there. Let's go back to D1 and see what has happened there. So from D1, you can clearly see from the CRT, we've just simply extended and pushed down up to there. So we've pretty much almost finished the first CRT.
For the weekly one.
Yeah, for the weekly one, we've taken out the take profit for the first CRT, but we didn't really go down lower than the second CRT, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, let's take, for instance, your take profit has been hit and you're now looking for another
Re-entry.
a re-entry, all right? So if I look at this, where do you think your setup is going to be? Where,
Okay, it's gonna be
yeah.
here. Here. Here to me. I'm gonna be looking at it here because
I haven't seen your pen. Oh, right. That's very good. So you're gonna look at it, you're gonna look for it there. Reason being, among the bearish candles, that's the only bullish candle. You can call that an order block or whatever you want, right?
yes.
It's so strange. People are sleeping today, but it's fine. So that is where you want to see your sell come from. All right. So let's
Yes, sir.
see if price is going to come to that area. But yes, we are expecting our sell from there. So we can go ahead and put our sell setup from there, or we can all right. So we are targeting the low of the CRT, right? Or if you want, you can
Yes.
target that low. It's up to you. I don't know where the price will get there, but this is a 1.6 trade because that candle is bigger on the 4 hour. Or
Mhm.
alternatively, we can, if we look at it from the 1 hour, maybe the
We
one,
adjust it to the top.
yeah, just at the top somewhere there. So you
Okay,
can
it's
tell
okay there.
already how different it is. Sometimes they might miss you. Sometimes they will do reward
But
you.
we
So
should try to make sure that we reduce our loss, stop loss.
yes, at least now this one is reducing the stop loss. You get the sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
reducing the stop loss. And your trade has turned from being a 1:3 to a 1:6. All
Mhm.
right. So let's
Yes.
see what happens. So I also don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see. So price gets to the low of the
The
other
low.
CRT, and then price reverses. All right. Almost triggered the 4 hour box. The 4 hour box has been triggered. Do you see that? And
Yes.
do you see how they love triggering these with CRTs? That's the same thing that happened on the other side on 15 minutes.
Yes. That happened on 15 minutes.
Yeah, they love triggering them with CRTs. Now, do you see what I was talking about? Because
Yes.
our entry was on the 1 hour, they missed us.
Mm-hmm.
But if we had kept it on the 4 hour
On that
there,
4 hours, we are safe. We are
yes.
entry.
So now this is me trying to find a setup, right? The moment I see that CRT on the 4 hour, I take my entry. Does it make
Okay.
sense? The moment I see
Yes.
the CRT on the 4 hour, number one, we have a CRT on the 4 hour. But number two, we are also in the area where I
We are
expected my
expecting.
entry to be. Yeah, we're in
Mm.
the area where I'm expecting my entry to be. So that's the only reason why, those are the only two reasons why I would take the trade, because we are in a CRT and what's going on? No, I think our entry was okay. Yeah, our entry was okay because this is 5.5. I had actually used this low, which is why it made it look like it was a very small yeah. You get the point? So our entry
Yes,
was
sir.
actually okay because the low we're looking for is this one, not
Mm.
that one. But you can target this low, all right, and still
Mm.
take your profit and go out, right? But if you are
Yeah.
over ambitious because they are looking into the weekly time frame, you can then hold a little longer if you want to. Now, one
Levels.
thing that you
One,
should not
two, three.
forget, levels, all right? So
Yeah.
number one, we've got level one, right?
Mm. Yes, sir.
And we are now pushing for level two. Are we agreeing?
Mm. Yes, sir. 100%.
Yeah, we're now pushing for level two. So we want to see this market close somewhere. Oops, did you see that?
Yeah, that would
Missed
be
my,
news.
yeah, missed my TP, like slightly, man. Missed my TP slightly, and now it's pushed back up. All right, let's see why it's pushing back up. Um, all right. That would have
Oh,
scared a
we
lot
would
of
have looked
people.
for our entry at this level if we want to enter re-entry.
Let me see.
I think would
Yeah, that could have been another entry as well.
this place, this
Sorry.
place on 4 hours.
Or on 4
That
hours.
4 hours. Yes. This should have been our re-entry stage. I'll be looking here
Yeah, there.
or here
Yeah.
or here.
Yeah, right there. That could have been our re-entry. But the good thing is that we are not out on that position.
Mm, okay.
So let's see what happens. Because we haven't, even if our stop loss is at entry, we're still not yet
Mm-hmm.
out. So let's see what happens. Now, this is where it gets a little bit scary because
It's
um
forming W.
yeah, price just it's just sitting there. It doesn't want to go where you want it to
Mm,
go. All right.
yes.
And even if it takes you out at entry, you can go out knowing that, yeah, but at least I what? I tried.
I tried.
Yeah. It's still closing right there. And it doesn't want to go any lower than that. All right. And
And it has touched that place 3 times. And
yeah.
according to your teaching, if it touched 3 times, get out.
Especially, especially with this but I can confirm that this entire move is still part of level two. It just doesn't want to materialize, but that's still part of level two. And boom, your TP has been hit, right?
It's
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, TP has been hit there.
Mm,
Now you get out again, and this is where you are. So that means would say this should be our level 1, this should be our level 2. Then we need to see level 3. So if we were to take another entry, this is where we're going to take it, or right up there, right?
Okay.
But
Yes.
now, challenge is we do not have a target to expect. The only thing we can see is that we want to see a level 3. That's all. That's the only thing.
But mentor, me,
There you go. Mm-hmm.
I might have used this as a level 3 to me. This place, this is level, this place as level 2, then there as my level 3. Maybe
You
this particular place where it ended before, I would have said, okay, this is my level 3 now.
No, we do not want that. So I will show you. Let me just show you why.
Let me clear
Yeah,
it
yeah,
from
it's
my
all right.
hand there.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's our level 1, right?
Yes, sir.
And this being our level 1, yes, this is our level 2, right?
Yes, sir.
And then price came back in within the range, playing around the high of level 1. Remember what I say, and I always say this: if price moves from level 3 to level 1, consolidate, move to level 2, comes back into level 1, they
It's
will
still
come
level.
back to 2. They won't cross this 2. They will stop there and then go to 3.
Okay.
Yeah, they will always do that. If they go level 1 and then, sorry, level 3, then into level 1, and then go into level 2 and reverse back into level 1, they will come back here and close into level 2 and then go into level 3. They'll always do that. They don't just shoot right straight there. They will
Great.
stop
Okay.
there for the night before they continue their
Journey.
gen. Yes. So which is the same thing. Level 2 there pushed back into the range of the high of level 1, where level 1 closed. And then
And
that simple
this.
means we reversed the level. So our level 2 technically becomes this one.
Okay.
All right. So all this is more like a consolidation. Price
Okay.
never moved here.
Okay.
It's more like a
Consolidation.
consolidation. All this. Just pretend you never saw it, because price was just hitting in one spot until it came to this point where it started moving. All right. So
Okay.
then this last push becomes your level 3.
Finish.
Yes, becomes your level 3. Now, let's go back to D1 and see.
You want.
Um, allow me to clear all these drawings. Right, we're back in D1. My suspicion is that we want to come to this area right there, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
that's the previous low, and we want to come down there. So I expect our level 3 to go as low as
As
that
far
area.
as that.
Yeah, as that area, right? So we want to see it go to that area. You see that?
Mm.
Yeah. So they've come closer to that area, but I'm still not satisfied.
Yes. You want to eat both the bone and the meat
Yes.
together.
I'm still not satisfied. In as much as I know that we are now gonna have a buy, I'm still not satisfied. If they go straight away without coming there again to touch, that's fair enough. But I'm expecting them to what? To come
Get there.
to that area. Yeah. You
But they
see,
are forming W now.
yeah, this is what hits us. FOMO, fear of missing out. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, that is one thing that hits us, fear of missing out, because you're like, maybe what if they're leaving me? Now,
Oh, I don't want to lose the one that they have made.
yes, you get the point. Now you see what they've done here. I can then start to assess my options and be like, oh yeah, now it looks like they formed a cleaner W. That could
Yes.
be the reason why they want to push higher, right? Then I can start to assess my options and say, oh, where could my entry be? Okay. So if you look at the 4 hour, the only way or the only place your entry could be has to be there.
Yes.
If they leave you, bro, that's it. You let them go. Right.
Mm.
I want us to see something. See that? The
Mm.
market will always punish you. Why? Because they wanted to come there, lower there. So this is a perfect example as to
Mm. Mm.
why
Like
and how.
the reset gave us
You
another
say it,
movie.
right? Yeah, this is how we lose because number one, they never came to that area here. They came close, but never actually came to it. And that area is quite big because we marked it from the weekly time frame. So they never came
Yes.
to it. They came close. Then they
Just a
acted as
mirage.
if, yeah, acted as if they want to buy. You know why? Because that's level 3 behavior. And after doing
Mm.
that, then they throw in a reset.
Yes.
And then after throwing a
So,
reset, down they go. You come to the weekly time frame and then you find another red candle like that. And then you start
mm.
to wonder, oh, what is happening? Why did it sell? I thought we were going to buy this week. That is exactly what happens. The market is waiting for you to take a bite and then boom, it hits
Mm.
you. Because they went to level 3 and not in this area, went back, reset, and then pushed down.
Mm.
So in essence, they actually gave their setup
So at that
there.
for weekly, somebody will be looking at another thing to back up that CRT.
Yes,
Of that,
yes, yes,
there's a
yes.
CRT there.
Mhm. So that's how the market actually uh beats
Played
us.
out.
Yeah, you know, you can see that. Now they've broken that low, and I can confirm we should be having 3 levels already now.
Yes, level one, two, three,
Yeah, level 1, level
two.
2, and then level 3. Yeah. So now we should be expecting buys.
Bye.
Now we can look for for buy setups. Let's just see if we will have a W because I can see on the 15 minutes the W is there, but on the 1 hour it's not. Oh, all right. Can we buy from there? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. TP high. Let's see if we win this one because I think this one should be a buy, but I don't like how aggressively they came down to
It
that
came
low.
down.
Yeah.
That is another thing that I always told the coach. Thank you for this one that you just said.
Mm-hmm.
If I see that they come aggressively, I
Mm-hmm.
always see that, and they rested a bit. The power that they used to rest is low. Then they
Mm-hmm.
still throw in another aggressive. I will
Yes.
always be afraid that no, there's still power on the seller
Yes.
side. So let them
Yes.
reduce that speed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so aggressive the way they came down. That means if we were to look maybe say on
Daily.
other candles, maybe say down here, you can find maybe price wants to come a little bit lower down
Lower.
there, you know, yeah. But you want to take your chances, so you can then have a tight stop loss if you want to take your chances and see what happens. All right.
Yes,
You
sir.
want to have a tight stop loss. See that? Stop loss
Mm-hmm.
hit. You see that? Because
Yes.
they are coming aggressively to the
Massive.
low, yeah, that means it's probably not the right area for you to enter. But that doesn't mean that you are wrong. No, you are not wrong. It is
Okay.
actually a peak formation, but not the way you would have what? You would have expected. All right. So you can see how they took you out and then moved your direction. And then that's probably another reset. And like we said, they want to go lower. So they are now what? Going
Going
lower.
lower.
Yeah, because they want to go lower. They are now going lower. And that is one thing that I wanted to explain, that if I'm sitting on the CRT, now look at this interesting thing. They have already
Mm-hmm.
formed a CRT on the W1, right?
Yes.
This is to support the buy that you
Okay.
took there.
From that place.
Yeah, but it didn't materialize. This is to support that buy. Hence the CRT on W1. Let's just put the 4-hour and see where it ends up. All right. So we were 100% right with the buy. Yes, it was a buy. You see that? But
Mm.
then the entry now, the entry
Was
now
not perfect.
was not was not perfect, because
Mm.
we're entering right there, and
Yes.
our stop loss was taken out. They pushed all the way down and then went up their way. Now, because this is all right, let's rewind it a little bit. So I'll show you, because these are different weeks altogether, right? We're just fast forwarding everything here. So
Yeah.
let's assume you traded this and then you went to trade other pairs and all that, and now you are back and you see that, right? Remember, you have counted your levels, you know you are in level 3, and this is all that you have seen. So you want to make sure that you are in level 3, and we've seen
Okay.
that. So confirm CRT high. So you're doing this all over again to validate why the market should buy from your point. So our entry was not good there, hence stop loss was hit, and then after that it bought. But
You are marking that. You are marking that, or the low of the.
sorry. Yeah, I have to mark
Thank
from
you.
there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but you can see that we traded from
From
up here
that.
going all the way down up until somewhere there, and we did not trade the third level push, but we knew that the market is gonna turn around when it comes to this area, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
something that we had in mind, that yeah, when the market
Yeah.
gets to this area, it's gonna turn around. So
Yeah.
we are in level 3, so that is what we're expecting. So let's go to the D1 and see. So this is how the D1 is like already.
D1 printed another CRT again, like you said.
Yes, it did, right? Go to 4-hour, and this is how 4-hour is like. Okay. So this
Mm.
is where we had entered our buy before, but we were
Yes.
entering
Yes.
blindly. If we had followed the higher time frame, we were not going to take that trade.
Because
We're
they have
gonna,
not broken structure.
yeah, we're gonna analyze and wait. Right. Now we go to H1 because we can't see. Like if you look at the 4-hour, there's nowhere where you can enter here. Everything just looks perfect. Let's see if the 1-hour can show us anything. Right. So from the 1-hour there, the only place that I might look to buy from is maybe here, because this week has already mitigated this part.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's already mitigated this part. So I'm expecting maybe for us to come lower than this. Okay. So let's see if that happens. We put our buy. Let's see what happens and target the high. So we come down. We come down. Oh, they just don't want to take me in this trade. Did they? Yeah, they did. Right there. All right. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Do you see
They
that?
came back to the source again.
Came back to there, right? That setup there. So we're taken out on this trade. If we want to make a re-entry, that will be on there. Or we're out completely, right?
Mm.
Now let's see what happens. See
They
that?
push. Yes.
So that we find another re-entry. So let's just say this is where you could have taken it, but if not, on 4 hour, there's still no place to take it. Well, this area right here can be our potential area right here. Can be our potential area in the near future, right? If the market comes back down there. If the market comes back down there. So
It's always good to use 4 hours leg.
yeah, it's always good. Now, if you look at the 4 hour, this is it. This is how it looks like. But already we can tell how they have broken structure there. All right. And we
Yes.
are giving different scenarios here. Another scenario that we have, we might have a buy entry there or where the price is right now.
Okay.
Right? Both of these. Okay. But I'll
Yes.
go with the one at the top.
At the top.
Reason being, is it? All right, I'll explain why. Let's hope it works out. I'll explain why I'm saying
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Let's hope it works out. Yeah, you can see it worked out, right? Do you know
Yes, sir.
why? Yeah, so you can see how you could have taken your buy there
Okay.
and then target that high. That's CRT high instead,
Okay.
right? And then you would have been in what? In good profit. Now,
Profit.
why did I take this one? That's the part that I want to explain. So you've got a market doing that. I want to show you different scenarios. So you have a break of structure there, right? And what caused the break of structure is this move. So most probably your entry will be there. You saw that when we started the first CRT, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. There are cases where you have the market going up like that, the market does that, the market does that, the market does that, then the market does that. Where is your setup? In this case, your setup might not be up there, but might be here.
Yeah.
Reason being, what caused the break of this structure is this move, not that move. But here, what caused the break of structure is this move.
Okay.
You see? So
Yes,
that
sir.
move caused the break of structure. Here, this move caused the break of structure. So your setup
Okay.
might be there as opposed to it being there.
Okay.
Hence, we took the buy here and not there. That's the main reason why. Now, if you look at it from why it failed on H1 here, why it failed on H1 here, where we anticipated that this could have been the buy coming from.
But
The reason was because what took out this high, that's a perfect example. What took out this high was
that
this,
low?
was that low, not that. But this is what took out that high. Because remember, this is a peak formation on H1. So
Yes.
that neckline was taken out by that. Hence, price came to that low and neglected this low. That's the only reason why. So that's the reason why we also targeted up there and not down there.
Okay.
You see it? So we go back to the weekly time frame, and this is what we have, our CRT.
Mm.
So now my question is, where is price going to go on the new week? Because this is Tuesday. So where is price gonna go from here?
Okay.
Where do you think price will go from here?
If I look clearly, the market just give us level 1 here, then level 2. So I'm expecting to see rise to the top by looking at where we have the thing here to come back here and give us another entry there, if
All
I'm
right.
right.
Okay. Now, you are right in what you are saying. So we go back to the 4-hour. The reason why we reference the 4-hour is because we want to find setups. That's the only reason
Perfect.
why.
Yes.
Yeah. So this
Okay.
could be an area where price might come back to, right? You saw the reason why, right?
Yes.
The break-off structure there,
Yes. So,
and that one was as a result of that guy. Hence, I always say, when you trade, have a target, get to where you are going, get out of the market, because the market might reverse. Okay? The market might reverse.
yes.
And I'm not saying it's going to come all
Of
the way
course.
down there. I don't know. We'll see. If they don't come
Okay.
down, that's it. But we know we have 2 levels, and we also want to see third level. And we're just on
The
Tuesday.
third one.
Yeah. You see, already you were expecting, you had traded a good buy there, and you had nice pips all the way up there. But all the pips have been reversed. That's the reason why I say be very careful. Get a target and get out of the market. Don't stay there.
Mm.
All right. They're teasing that place. They just came close to it, but they're teasing it. All right. That could be the area. But
Entry.
now, because they've taken long to get there, I do not understand why. But anyways, we'll take it and see where it takes us. We can either target that high, or
Yes.
if you are ambitious, you can target this high. All this is because of the CRT that came.
Yeah, we saw
Yeah.
on weekly.
Steady, man. Come on. Where you going? That's not good. That's not good.
Just slow down, press it.
That's not good. Hold on. Why are we going back?
I
That's
think
not
they
good.
did the reset on the 800,
All right, let's see. I'll
but we
mark
are not.
this. I'll mark this area. Yeah. That could be a possibility. I think that could be a possibility. Now, for me, if the market does something like that, there are two things. Number one, either I run away with my money or I continue holding. But that to me shows me it's a reset. You can see how we have taken lows. This you are seeing in real time, right? You can see how we have taken
Yeah.
lows, and it's a bit alarming when you look at it and you're like, um, what's happening? So that means now we have to shift to higher time frames to see what is going on. But I don't want to shift
Even
now.
they remove this low here. They remove this low here, sir.
Yeah.
They remove it, then go back to reset. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a possibility
And
that,
it came back here.
yeah, they might have reset on the 800. But then again, if we go to higher time frame, it's only that here we are moving on H1 only, to see what then happen next. But if we move to the higher time frames, we will see a reset. This does show us 4 hour as a reset.
We should even
The
press it. We've not pressed it whether they touch it or not. Let's
Yes,
play.
yes, 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 yes. So I know weekly is probably already changing direction, but let's see what happens. Maybe we might be lucky. They're
We
playing
are
around the
lucky.
area.
Oh.
Man, look at that. Let's see.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are toying with emotion.
Look at that. Man, look at that. Now
We just toy with emotion.
that is a very bad way of
Many people would
presenting
have
it.
many people like they
If
would
it
say
was
in
me, I'll
Nigeria,
be
many
out
people would
by
have
then.
japa.
If it was me, I'll be out by then. Look at that. Of course, in terms of levels, you
I
can
will
tell we
come
are
to
missing a level.
Camboso.
In terms of levels, we are missing a level, yes, and which we have gotten now,
Yes.
and our TP has been hit. But why all that was not necessary? You get the point? It was not
Yeah,
necessary,
yes.
which makes it even hard. If it was me, I would have been out by then and be like, nah, I can't wait for 4 days for a trade to move, you know?
To move.
Nah, nah,
I
nah,
hate
nah.
that thing.
And I'm sure now
It can make somebody to be weak.
yeah. Now we should start having a peak formation, I think.
I don't know
Um,
whether it happened to coach. While I'm
mhm.
supposed to be sleeping, I will now be opening my eye in the night. After I see it stop loss.
Yeah, that used to happen to me a lot. Now I have tight stop losses, man. If you hit my stop, that's okay. I have tight stop losses. And the good thing, okay, the bad thing is New York happens during my time to sleep. So I do check if I've got running trades, make sure stop loss TP is there, and then go back to sleep. And I would just say, you know what? Whatever happens, that's it. We'll see. But
Coach me, I won't be able to sleep. I will just be thinking that this trade.
oh man. You see what it's doing there?
Yes,
That's
forming big formation.
yeah, forming peak formation, 4 hour. This is how it looks like. D1. This is how it looks like. So imagine we started trading up there and we pushed all
Yes,
the way down and now we've changed direction. We're here.
direction.
Yeah,
Yes,
right. Let's see. So we can confirm that we now have okay, we had a break-off structure here. We also have a confirmed low here.
yes, sir.
And then this is our M formation, right? So I would
Mhm.
expect us to break the low and then come back to the range.
Range.
Yes, that's my expectation. So let's see. So meaning this week we're anticipating a sell, right?
So are we already on the recent breach? Okay. Based on the calendar. Yes.
Yes, based on the calendar,
Yeah,
yes. We're
definitely.
expecting
Yes.
a sell this
Definitely.
week. All
Yes.
right. Yeah. When I say this week, I mean what we're looking at, not like this actual week.
Yes.
Because when
I
some
understand.
people watch this
Now,
video, they'll be like, the charts look different,
uh,
you know.
yeah.
But the market is leaving traces. I can already see that there might be a future area where we might want to enter if price does get there. All right. See that?
Mhm.
You
Yes,
see that?
sir.
Yeah. I could see already that that area was a tempting area for me to take a sell because this week
Sure.
I'm anticipating a sell. So I could tell that this area is a sell. And there we go. We sold. Now we have broken the structure, right? Yeah, we have the confirmed low.
Yes.
We've taken it
Yes.
out. So now for those who didn't get an entry, they're probably looking for an entry now.
The entry.
Maybe let's say where price
Yeah.
is or up there.
Yes.
But this is 15 minutes time frame. If we come to the 1 hour, we
That up is a
definitely need to
better
go up
place.
there. Yeah, we definitely need to go up there.
And this can also be a reset on 200 to go up.
Yeah. So you see on all right, I'll explain
The
something. Let me just
respect
press.
15 minutes.
Yeah, it respect 15 minutes. Why? Because amongst this move on the 15 minutes, this is what was responsible for a break of that low.
So,
That's what
okay.
was responsible for a break of that low. So for me, who entered up there, I'm safe and sound. But for you, you probably would have missed the entry. But
I'm still waiting.
where is our target? Maybe my target is
The
somewhere
low at
there.
that place where they
Yeah,
pull back and up.
yeah. So you can see how you can win a lot of trades. Even though
Okay.
you might lose some, you definitely win some. But you always keep reference with what higher time frames are doing. So
Yes.
that means whatever is happening now, we need to also start counting levels, right?
There was
Yeah, we need to
one.
start counting
Yeah, this
levels.
is the second one. Two.
So if I go to the 4 hour, all right, I want to show you something. Go to the 4 hour. There is our entry area there.
Yes.
If you wanted re-entry, right there. All right, right there. That was going to be your entry. You see? And then targeting that low.
Hello.
Yeah. Man. Don't worry about these pullbacks and whatnot. Right. Right. Now, let's look at this. Reset. Because we've been talking about the reset.
Yes, I
Reset,
mentioned it.
right? Yeah. So now that your weekly, because here we're dealing with the daily time frame. This is the reason why you won't see some of these coming back because you're dealing with the hourly time frame, sorry, and you're not seeing what's going on in the higher time frames. So now you want to understand what happened here, like why all of a sudden we have this sudden push. Number one, this law is what facilitated the reversal, right?
Yes.
That law is what
Rejection.
facilitated the reversal. Number two, if we go to the daily time frame, the daily time frame was the one that was pulling back. Hence, from time to time, we have to constantly check the higher time frames. The reason why we were not checking the higher time frames was because, like, if we go to the higher time frames, it will show you the entire daily candle. So it will make no sense for us to keep on pressing on H1 when we already know that, yeah, it is a buy. You get the sense?
Yes.
But you can tell how we have broken structure there, and we have come back to that area, and we are pushing up.
Continue.
Yes, we're pushing up. But remember, we are still a sell, right?
Yeah, overall for the W.
Yeah, we are still a sell, the overall. So that means that pullback might be giving us opportunities for more sells. You can see already the weekly time frame is already showing that, which is why I said I don't want to go to higher time frames, because if I do, then it already shows us what ended up happening, before we even press on H1. So it makes no sense to... Oh, why is my mouse no longer moving? All right. So it makes no sense why we'll be pressing on H1 when we already know what weekly time frame did. But you can tell what happened there. So if you paid attention, obviously you would have taken your profit on this one and gotten out.
Yes.
But then the market does that. So we want to see how far this has gone. But obviously the weekly time frame has shown us a sell. So that means all it's going to do is it will come back down there, like what's happened now, right? Because the weekly time frame already show us
It's a sell.
yeah, it already show us it's a sell. If you look at it from the daily time frame, this is what I like, because it does answers everything that you're asking. So you can see how they came back to this area, right? Number one. Number two, you can see the CRT model on a daily time frame.
Okay.
Yeah. So you are worried, why did they just suddenly pull back? It's because they wanted to revisit that area, and then they gave you a CRT model to what? To go back down.
To continue.
Yeah, so there is really nothing to be scared of, unless if you maybe took a sell and then the market did that. Yeah, then you definitely need to be scared of that. But that move there would have been a big disappointment. But then we start to continue, loss. We continue to see the market then push down after that. So now again, what is this? This is Tuesday. It's only that it's Tuesday, man. I need it to be on at least Friday, so we can then go to weekly time frame without the candle. This is Wednesday. Oh, so still Wednesday, Thursday. Right, Friday. Friday. Okay. Select the bar. So this is where we are on a Friday, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
And remember, we counted level 1, is it? Then we counted level 2, and then we said, oh, so we're still missing level 3, even though it's somewhere around there. We still wanted to push a little bit lower, right? For level 3. So cancel everything. This is where we are in terms of our weekly. This is where we are, right? So what do you think is going to happen? 100% we need to see a bearish candle form here, because the market is only showing us a bearish move. We go to the daily. The daily has shown us a potential CRT. So
Mm.
there is a likelihood that we might buy shortly and then sell. Now, hear me. Remember, I said we are expecting a sell. So because this CRT is going opposite the direction, I will
Mm.
not consider it. All right?
Mm. Mm.
I
Mm.
will not
Mm.
consider it. Nonetheless, I will not also enter blindly. So I will assume if it does go 50%, I will maybe look for my setup from there. But from the 1 hour time frame, I think I'm still missing a level. Yeah. If we're right,
Mm.
that should be 1, that should be 2, that should be 3. I'm still missing a level. So I want to see where the level is. Right. So we start on a Monday. Oh, this line is it's the 50% line. Okay.
Yes.
You see that?
Mm.
50% line there. Now, do you see what happened there?
Mm. They respect the CRT
They
on
respect the
weekly.
what? The
CRT
CRT,
on weekly.
right? Yeah, they respect the CRT. Not only weekly. Where was it? Oh, it was on D1, not on weekly. Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah, it was on daily. So, but it's not CRT
But
really. Yeah, it's not.
the thing now close below that CRT.
That's what, yeah, that's what I
The
meant
next
that
candle.
that's what I meant that the CRT will not work because we are
Like you for the first
yeah,
sell.
yes, because we're looking for a sell. This is why you see that. But now we want to understand why we had a buy, right? We want to see why
Yes.
we had a buy. That's what we are
The
looking
reason
for.
why we have a buy that I'm looking at here is for number one thing here is that we can see over there that there is an what they call, let me carry on it. This is a low there.
Yeah, a low there, yes.
So they respected this. They respected it.
Mm. Yes, they respected the law, and then not only the law, um, if you come here, right there, hence you're expecting a buy. And then not only that, if you come to D1, remember the breakoff structure that we mentioned?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they turned around there. But however, me being me, I wasn't gonna be involved in this one because it's not really clear to me. The only thing that is clear here is that yeah, we're gonna form level 3 peak, but that's just about it. I do not have anything from the higher time frame to back out my claim, so it makes it hard for me. So this one, I was gonna sit it out or find another pair. It was gonna be very, very hard for me to know where exactly the market is going.
Okay, thank you so much, Coach. And
Mm.
the next question is, you made a statement while talking that the if you want to look for CRT, it's better we should also look at they always present it in every week on daily time frame.
Yes.
Hope I heard it well when you said it, that always we should can look at daily to see opportunity for the week.
Yes. For example, all right, let's just assume or decard. Sorry, we're in 1 hour time frame, so we want the weekly. So the weekly time frame, right?
So,
Um, let's assume we can't see any CRT or whatsoever, and then we go to the
yeah,
daily, right? We can't
yes,
see
sir.
it either. If I show you there, we've got a CRT, but obviously that's a very small candle range.
Small one.
I wouldn't take that. Same applies with this. I wouldn't take that, but That's it. So what I meant was on the weekly time frame, they might not be a CRT, right?
Yes.
As you would expect. But if you go to the daily time frame every day, you will find candles that have it. That has it, right? This one right here had a CRT this week, hence the sell, end of the week. This one right here had a CRT this week as well on this day. Let's see if some had it. No. Oh, maybe this one could be it. Yeah, this one could be it
Yeah.
as well.
But it didn't close at the body.
Yeah. This one. Nope, no.
And it didn't close at the body.
Mm. This one did have it. Nasdaq. I don't even look at this pair, Nasdaq. Yeah, that one had it.
Okay.
That was USDMXN. That one was a very good one.
That the one you gave out to
Yeah,
look out for sale.
that's a very good one. So you can see how you can have multiple CRTs on different pairs, but if you look at the weekly, I think the weekly didn't really have any this week. Yeah, this week the weekly with just continuations and so forth. Maybe this one, yeah, this one was a good one from USDJPY. You see it? Yeah, USDJPY. That was a very good one. But yeah, most of the candles did have the CRT, and that does happen, does make sense. You won't see it all the time on the weekly. The only reason is because the weekly candle forms once every week, right? But
Okay.
for every week, you've got 5 daily candles. So it means among
Yeah.
those 5 daily candles, at least some of the pairs, like you have a probability of having more CRTs in the week than having them in the weekly time frame. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because right now,
More on daily.
yeah, right now, if you don't have them, like if you look at all the candles and you can't see it, then definitely you will not see it when the week starts, because there's nothing to back it up. That means going forward this whole week, it will set up for the following week. So that's why on the weekly you can't find it, but on the daily it will be happening as you go. On the 4 hour it will be even more frequent, etc., etc., etc. You know, I
Okay.
remember also sending that was about USD.
Like this Euro USD show a very clear one on these 4 hours.
Yeah, nice one there. And I remember sending them, especially it was
So
euros.
please, Coach, this
Mm-hmm.
Euro USD, can you use it to analyze the entry stage? Can we get the entry stage for the year for this CRT?
All right. So for this one, it was gonna be. All right, man. Hold on a second. Let's do that. I'll show you why I'm saying it might not be what you would have expected. It might have left you. So number one, you wanna enter this, and then obviously you wanna enter it somewhere there, right? You wanna take a buy.
Yes.
So this being your area for a buy, price then comes down, and then price does that. So ideally, you are looking into price coming back here before it goes up, but it never did that. So which was going to be tricky. So number one, you were going to take this only because prices arrived there. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, because prices arrived there. Even if you look at H1 or 15 minutes, it was going to be hard for you to know when to take it because all that price did was simple continue buying.
Move away.
Yeah, move away. So that on its own simple tells you that we never had a second leg. So I would
Leg.
say this one, you're gonna sit it out. Or if you are ambitious, maybe you're gonna wait for a setup here. If it does turn up, I don't know if it did. But yeah, it
This one is
basically
Congo, so
it basically left you. That is why I hate Euro USD. Man, it basically left you. So you can see it never, even this pullback never came to that area.
yeah.
So it was gonna
Okay.
be hard to trade this one, yes.
Okay.
Anyways, thank you very much, guys. And